GameStop has been pushing towards retro recently. I was actually able to go and visit one in person myself and see what it was all about. August 27th, 2024, GameStop tweeted out, "The classics are back! New retro GameStops are now spawning near you." They tweet this with this picture that says GameStop Retro, and then they list all of the different consoles on there, like Nintendo, Super Nintendo, Game Boy Advance, and then you even see Xbox and Xbox 360 on there too, which is, it honestly makes me feel sick to think that, fuck you. And honestly, it makes me feel sick to think that Xbox and Xbox 360 are now considered retro. That's crazy, man. There are so many different consoles that GameStop is advertising here that they're going to be spawning locations near you. It's very vague. They don't really dive into what it's going to be like. Are they going to open brand new stores? That's what I thought they were going to do. But no, that's not the case. They are not opening brand new stores for this. So they have a little locator on their website now where you can go and locate a participating location. These are not actually their own stores, which everyone was probably hoping them to be. Like me, I hope I'm not alone on that. I hope I'm not alone thinking that this is going to be like a new store. GameStop Retro, I thought that was going to be like a new store that was going to be built in different cities or something like that. I don't know how it's going to work, because look at how vague this tweet is. So it's just participating locations. Luckily, I was visiting in Arizona at the time, so I was able to find a bunch more locations near me rather than where I live in Michigan. So I was lucky enough that there was a location near me. It was like, I think it was like 20 minutes away or something like that. So I was like, you know what? We're hopping in the car. We're going. I drove down to this GameStop and I was like, whoa, I've literally been to this GameStop before. Since I grew up in Arizona, I was like around all the GameStops that were near me. And that was one of them that was at. You go up to the location. It just says GameStop. There's no retro underneath it. I walk into the GameStop. I get greeted. Obviously, the guy's super chill. Boom. There's a section right there on the left. And they actually had a decent selection depending on what you're looking for. 360 games, a few original Xbox games. I think there was like 4 of them, not even. And there was a whole section for the PS3, and they had some PS Vitas and some 3DS games as well, and some Wii. So they had a decent selection. And I'm not gonna lie, depending on what you're looking for, their prices were actually fairly decent. I've seen better prices on eBay, but you know, that's eBay. You can find like anything on eBay. But I've definitely seen worse. So I mean, GameStop's retro prices are not too bad depending on what you're looking for. Some of the PS Vita games are like 25 bucks or so. I don't know if that's actually worth it. I saw a couple 3DS games that were like 5 bucks. I mean, that's pretty good. But you know, it's not all sunshine and rainbows. Classic GameStop, there's always a catch to it. They might have a good price for what you're looking for, but are they gonna have a case? Are they gonna have a manual? Is it gonna be scratched? I don't know. You tell me. Everything that they advertise as being like a retro classic GameStop is all just trade-ins that they get. Like GameStops near them would send them all to this like hub, I guess. And that's going to be like the retro GameStop in that location. I mean, I guess it makes sense because everyone just trades in their games to GameStop, and GameStop is infamous for giving you like 30 cents back. I remember when I traded in my Xbox 360, dude, a knife through my chest. In like 2016 or something like that, I sold my Xbox 360 that I bought with my own money to GameStop. And you want to know how much they gave me? They gave me 30 bucks for that. I gave them a stack of games too. So it was the console and a stack of games for 30 bucks. And they're still on that. They still give you nothing back for the trade-ins. So I don't think trade-ins are worth it unless you're just trying to get rid of your games. But man, is this like the most soulless retro section I've ever seen? I'm not even gonna lie. I'm just gonna keep it straight. Like GameStop is kind of like super hit and miss if you're gonna find a case with the game. And even when you do get a case, it's just like a bland ass like GameStop logo, and it's like a flimsy ass black case. So like a big chunk of these game sections are just filled up with like the gray backings. So you know, that's fine if you don't really care about getting the complete in box, but I don't know, for me, I just at least want the artwork with the case and the disc. Like, is that too much to ask for? I think the one main cause behind there not being like artwork or even a manual or anything, it's just like a hollow ass case, soulless ass case with the game inside, is because people just trade in their shit to GameStop and GameStop will take it. You don't need the full complete in box to trade into GameStop, and they'll still give you like 30 cents or $3 or whatever you're looking for. I don't know. I think it's a joke trading in things to GameStop nowadays. Like, you got a better chance either putting it on eBay yourself or Facebook Marketplace or like OfferUp or some shit. Because if you trade it into GameStop, that is like the lowest of the lows, and I've been there, bro. I used to trade in my games all the time to GameStop so I can trade up, get some money for more games. But dude, it's not worth it. You bring in a stack of games like this and they give you like 14 bucks for it. Not even. But people will just bring in their games to GameStop, and I think the other locations will like send them into the GameStop Retro location, and that's why they have so many of them. I think I've heard something about it in the past where GameStop would throw away like the cases. I can't remember if it was like DS Games games or 3DS games. I don't know. Is that a rumor or is that real? They'll throw away the cases and like sell them in like the little plastic things. I don't even know. I actually talked to the worker that was working that day, and he was honestly like kind of pissed about the whole thing because he said that they've had that retro section up since like before COVID. They only just got more and more games to put out because they were sent more. He was like, dude, we've had this retro section up for years now, like before COVID, and now they're just now doing this. Just seemed like annoyed with GameStop. I was honestly thinking the same thing. GameStop should have done this years ago. As we all know, the current GameStop landscape is just not holding up. With the modern gaming and everything going digital, GameStop only selling like pop vinyls and plushies and shit is just not working. So, you know, that's why they're doing this retro stuff. I feel like that's the only direction that makes sense for them, because the physical market is going to stay in the past. If everything's going digital, then GameStop has no place in selling modern shit. But you get what I mean though. Like, GameStop just felt like cornered. They had nothing else to do other than to go to retro, because if they kept going forward, just the modern gaming landscape is just not holding up for like game stores, I feel like. So every game store has to go retro. I don't know. That's just what I'm thinking, because if everything's going digital, then physical market is going to stay in the past. So who knows if this is going to be good for GameStop or not. I feel like it's kind of a toss up, because the way that they're doing it right now, it's super unorganized. Like, you have to search up your zip code on their website and then find like a specific location. You go to that location and they're gonna have a couple games. I don't know if they're gonna have all of them, because I've seen other people's experiences with their retro GameStops and it's not good. It still needs more time to like work the kinks out, and we're getting up shelves to sell everything, because even before GameStop did this whole retro thing, they were still selling retro games. Like, they had GameCube games and Nintendo 64 cartridges behind the desk, like in their little drawers. They had drawers full of retro games. I remember a GameStop employee like a year or two ago opening the drawer and like showing me all the shit he had. He had a GameCube controller and everything. I was like, what the fuck? So the GameStops have had this shit. They just haven't really had a way of like officially selling it, and that's what I think GameStop is going to be trying to do now, because they realize, oh my god, we got all these trade-ins that everyone's trading in and we're giving them 30 cents back. We could sell this. Kind of feels a little late though, I'm not even gonna lie. But we'll see what this does to GameStop. Hopefully they open up like legit GameStop Retro stores that have like the storefront called GameStop Retro, and it's like a retro GameStop. Hopefully they start doing that at some point, because that would be sick. That has so much potential. You know, all the nostalgic people will go back to GameStop and be like, oh, this is the GameStop I missed, and it's just everything old. Like, that would be so sick, man. But as of right now, it just feels a little bit bare bones and almost like an afterthought. Like, this announcement just feels like if you didn't even see the announcement, you wouldn't notice a change, because the GameStops that I've been going to for the past couple years have been selling old games already. It's just kind of weird what GameStop's doing. It's GameStop's just always weird. Who knows what they're gonna do, man? What do you guys think of the whole GameStop Retro thing that they're doing? And if you've been to one, let me know what it was like. I want to know. I want to know if it was similar to my experience. It felt weird. It felt like an afterthought, totally. Let me know what your experience was like, and if it was different than mine, or better, or worse. Was it hell? I don't know. Let me know. And do you think this is a good move for GameStop? Honestly, I think so. They should have done this a long time ago.